Are getting ready for a real sister act. 4 Cincinnati musicians will showcase their jazzy talents on an international stage while learning from musicians in France. Our friends Kathy Wade and Laura Gentry are here to tell us about this trip. This is quite a thing.
Yes,
hello, ladies. How are you?
Good.
Great.
Thanks for having us.
Tell us about what is this? What is this sister city relationship? Where did it all begin?
Well, the Sister Cities Cincinnati-Nancy France Association wanted to do an initiative focused on jazz to celebrate the 100th anniversary of jazz being introduced into Europe.
Okay.
And so I worked with the president of the association, Carla Walker, to come up with a multi-year initiative where we would have an exchange, hopefully every year, with musicians coming to Cincinnati and a delegation going to Nancy, France.
That's neat.
So we started last year with 2 musicians who came from Nancy, and they were here for a week. They did educational outreach at SCPA and Walnut Hills High School, and they got to perform with musicians here in Cincinnati at the Greenwich. And we also talked about, we had a conversation about arts and community and how the appreciation of arts is universal. And jazz is indigenous to the United States. It was born here, but it's revered around the world. Right. So it's a great opportunity for both of our cities to share with the musicians that we have in each city and learn things from each other, and also talk about our jazz histories in each city.
Obviously a success in year 1. What do you hope to grow in year 2 of this project?
Well, this is the first time that we're taking a delegation to Nancy.
Okay.
And so in this beautiful picture, you see the delegation that's going, which is Rick Van Mater, who used to be the director of jazz studies at CCM, and vocalist Kathy Wade, and a sophomore at CCM, Miles Twitty, and also a sophomore at CCM, Jenna Reel. They're going to be doing outreach with 3 schools in Nancy, and they were also performing as a part of the Nancy Jazz Pulsations Jazz Festival.
Very cool, Kathy, for you. And you've performed a few times.
and this is actually my 3rd Sister City trip.
Okay.
And I've done Russia.
I mean, it's got to be a pretty spectacular experience, just culturally, to go somewhere else and present something that is so uniquely American and bring it to a Sister City experience.
It's a great experience. It's a great experience because you get to share that knowledge, but then you have that connectiveness around the topic of jazz, the idiom of jazz, which is absolutely incredible. And then we have this opportunity also to have these community conversations. You know, learning through art, we build community through art. So we are out on a world stage, really being able to make that happen wherever we go.
I feel like, not that there's necessarily been a rebirth of jazz, but I feel like we're talking about jazz as an art form a lot more in the last probably 10 to 15 years. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but are you finding that same thing when you go to these sister cities? It's just a vibrant jazz scene right now.
Absolutely.
Yes,
jazz, the world loves, I say this to kids all the time when I do one of our programs, Black Anthology of Music, the world loves jazz. You know, we may not appreciate it as much in the United States, which I don't think is necessarily true. It may not be the one thing that's out there booming constantly, but it is. Jazz is prevalent in all music that is indigenous to this country.
It has its feelers in everything. I mean, you turn on the radio, if you listen close enough, the feelers are out there.
If you watch the Ken Burns piece right now in country music, a lot of that, every musician talks about, I had this journey through jazz.
Wow, that's neat.
And the city of Nancy is really, really excited to have us. They've actually been promoting our visit since early this summer when they started the promotion for the Nancy Jazz Pulsations Festival. And they want to be able to continue this multi-year idea of having this exchange, and 2021 is the 30th anniversary of the partnership.
That's great.
So we're planning a big blowout in Cincinnati and Nancy for that year.
Excellent. Well, best of luck with the trip.
Thank you.
Fun.
Thank you.
Fun. Knock them dead over there in France. I know you will. By the way, it's 9:45. We'll be right back.